There's a story about a merchant traveling to the next town to sell his goods. He walked quickly, constantly checking the sun's position, calculating how much time he had left. A farmer saw him on the road and called out, "Why do you rush? The town isn't going anywhere." The merchant didn't stop. "I have to arrive before nightfall," he shouted back. The farmer watched him disappear down the path, then returned to his field. Hours later, the merchant came back, exhausted and empty-handed. "What happened?" the farmer asked. "I arrived," the merchant said, "but the market was closed. I forgot it was a festival day." The farmer nodded slowly. "You were so busy arriving," he said, "you forgot to notice where you were going." We live as if speed itself were a virtue, as if the faster we move, the more we accomplish, the better we are. We optimize, we streamline, we measure productivity in minutes saved, in tasks completed, in how quickly we can get from here to there. Waiting feels like failure. Slowness feels like falling behind. And so we rush, through conversations, through meals, through entire days, believing that if we just move fast enough, we'll finally catch up to some invisible finish line where everything will be okay. But the finish line keeps moving, and the rushing never stops. Taoism doesn't celebrate speed. It doesn't say move faster and you'll find peace. It says the opposite. It says that the way of the Tao, the way of life itself, is unhurried, natural, effortless. Water doesn't rush to the sea. It flows. Trees don't race toward the sky. They grow. Seasons don't compete to arrive first. They unfold in their own time. And yet everything reaches where it needs to be. Not because it hurried, because it trusted the process. When we demand immediacy, instant results, instant answers, instant relief, we're not trusting life. We're trying to control it. We're saying, "I don't believe things will unfold unless I force them to. I don't trust that the right moment will come unless I make it happen now. I don't believe I'll be okay unless I arrive immediately." But that's not confidence, it's fear. Fear disguised as ambition. Fear disguised as efficiency. Fear that whispers, "If you slow down, you'll lose everything." And so we speed up. We multitask, we skip steps, we reach for shortcuts. We treat life like a problem to be solved as quickly as possible. But life isn't a problem, it's a process. And processes can't be rushed without breaking something essential. Think about what happens when you try to force a flower to bloom. You can pull the petals open, you can tear them apart. But that's not blooming, that's destruction disguised as progress. Real blooming happens slowly from the inside in its own time. You can't see it happening, but it's happening. And when the moment is right, the flower opens. Not because you demanded it, but because it was ready. This is true for almost everything that matters. Relationships don't deepen through speed. They deepen through presence, repetition, time. Healing doesn't happen because you urgently want it to. It happens when the body and mind are ready to release what they've been holding. Understanding doesn't arrive because you rushed through a book or a conversation. It arrives when you've sat with something long enough for it to settle into you. But we've forgotten how to wait. We've mistaken patience for passivity. We've confused trust with laziness. And so we keep rushing, believing that speed will save us. But speed doesn't save us. It exhausts us. The Tao Te Ching says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Not someday, not eventually, now. Right now, in this moment, everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. The problem isn't that life is too slow. The problem is that we don't trust it. We think we know better than the rhythm of things. We think our urgency is more important than timing. We think if we just push harder, grip tighter, move faster, we'll finally feel safe. But the opposite is true. The more we rush, the less safe we feel. Because rushing is a confession. I don't believe life will take care of this unless I do. And that belief, that quiet, constant mistrust, keeps us in a state of inner emergency. Always running, never arriving. What if you didn't have to rush? What if the thing you're anxious to achieve, to fix, to resolve, what if it's already on its way to you in its own time? What if slowing down wasn't falling behind, but coming back into alignment with the way things actually move? Not lazily, not passively, but naturally. With the kind of effortless effort the Taoists call wu wei, action without force, movement without struggle, doing without overdoing. You still act, you still work, you still move forward, but you stop treating every moment like an emergency. You stop measuring your worth by how fast you arrive. You start trusting that life knows what it's doing, even when you don't, especially then. This doesn't mean you never move quickly. Sometimes speed is natural. Sometimes urgency is real, but most of the time it's not. Most of the time we're just afraid. Afraid of missing out. Afraid of being left behind. Afraid that if we're not constantly moving, we'll be forgotten, overlooked, irrelevant. But the truth is simpler and quieter. You don't have to race to matter. You don't have to rush to arrive. You're already here, and here is enough. So the next time you feel the pull to speed up, to skip ahead, to force something into being before it's time, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, am I rushing because this is truly urgent? Or because I don't trust what happens if I slow down? Am I moving towards something? Or just running from the discomfort of waiting? And then gently, see if you can let the moment be what it is. Not forever, just for now, because the life you're rushing toward is already here. You're just moving too fast to notice it. The merchant missed the festival, not because he was slow, because he was rushing. The farmer stayed in his field, and the field grew. If you choose to follow this channel, it truly helps me keep creating and improving these reflections. And if not, that's completely okay. I'm grateful you spent this time here. I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode. Until then, I wish you a calm and peaceful day.